everyone, it's Amy here, and I'm super excited to tell you that today's video is being sponsored by Just Watch, but we will have more on that later.
One of the best things about film fandom is excitedly discussing our favourite movies with like-minded enthusiasts. This often leads to fan theories being shared, and whenever a theory is posted online, there's always a chance it'll reach the creators of the movie in question. Fan theories are often outlandish, and over the years, major movies like Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man 4 and Encanto have had their theories denied by the people involved in making them. As sources go, it doesn't get much more definitive than this. So with that in mind then, I'm Ellie with What Culture here with 8 movie fan theories rejected by the creators. Number 8. Steve Rogers is Peter Quill's grandfather in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn is one of the few big-time directors who's active on social media. Almost every single day he interacts with fans, posts behind-the-scenes content from his movies, and indeed debunks fan theories. One of those theories was a rather bizarre one that clearly wasn't true, but was nonetheless prominent enough to attract a response from Gunn. The theory claims that Captain America himself, Steve Rogers, is actually Peter Quill/Star-Lord's grandfather. This idea mainly stemmed from the fact that actress Laura Haddock, who plays Quill's mother in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, has a minor role in Captain America the First Avenger, where she excitedly approaches Cap and asks for his autograph. Afterwards, the two could have hooked up, and if Haddock's character here was meant to be Quill's grandmother, then that would make Steve his grandfather. It's an interesting theory, but ignoring the fact that Steve is heavily implied to be a virgin, Haddock's 2 MCU roles are entirely unrelated. What's more, Gunn himself has called this theory hogwash, pointing out that Quill's grandfather already exists within the MCU, played by actor Greg Henry. Gunn also pointed out that Quill's other grandfather would be whoever brought Ego into the world, and that obviously wasn't Steve. Number 7. Boo from Monsters, Inc. grows up to become Abby in Turning Red. One of the most popular movie fan theories of all time is the Pixar theory, which speculates that every single Pixar movie exists within the same shared universe. While this has been debunked by Pixar chief Pete Docter, it hasn't stopped fans from trying to connect the dots each time the animation giant releases a new film. This year's Turning Red was no different, and in the days after the movie hit Disney+, a theory started doing the rounds which claimed that Abby, one of the film's lead characters, is actually a grown-up version of Boo from Monsters, Inc. Now, in fairness, the two characters do look similar, and there's even a moment in Turning Red where Abby hugs the red panda after seeing it for the first time, exclaiming, "You're so fluffy," in a way that seemed to echo how Boo found the similarly furry Sully all cuddly and adorable. There's other evidence too, like the flowers on Abby's clothes almost matching the flowers on Boo's door, but the theory was soon put to bed by Turning Red director Domi Shi, who definitively stated Abby is not an older Boo in a recent interview. Number 6. Linda Reed is a comic book Easter egg in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Before we continue though, I just want to take a quick moment to thank Just Watch for sponsoring this video and to tell you guys a little bit more about why we love them so much. In short, they're the all-in-one streaming service your life has been crying out for. No more skipping between all the different services trying to find something you want to watch. Instead, Just Watch is integrated with all your favorites so you can find anything your heart desires from one centralized place. We're talking Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney+, Sky, and dozens upon dozens more. We can't believe the service didn't exist sooner, and you won't believe it's free. Yep, that's right, it is a free interface that's available on your mobile, tablet, PC, your Fire Stick, pretty much anywhere. It's accessible from over 100 countries and provides you with one easy-to-use portal to all of the services you're subscribed to, allowing you to access everything from one place and speed up that search process. Maybe you're wanting to find where you can watch a super hyped TV show like Euphoria, or perhaps something more niche like a documentary feature film a friend once recommended to you. You can download Just Watch for free from the link in the description and see for yourselves why it changed our lives here at What Culture. But in the meantime, let's get back to that video.
Zack Snyder's Justice League was very kind to Cyborg, who received way more fleshing out here than he did in the 2017 theatrical cut. An extended sequence shows him trying to process his newfound power as his father, in a voiceover, tells him that he can break through any firewall or encryption on the planet, no matter how advanced it may be. Demonstrating this, Cyborg then starts observing a woman named Linda Reed via CCTV footage, noticing how she's struggling to make ends meet. So to help her, he deposits $100,000 into her bank account, causing her to yell with joy. When the movie came out in 2021, fans started to believe that Linda Reed was a reference reference to the incredibly obscure DC Comics character of the same name who debuted in the 1950s. However, Snyder then came out and debunked the theory, though he did also admit that it was a good one, stating, "You know, frankly, no, it was not. That one is not, but it's cool, I do that sort of thing." So for the two people clamouring for Linda to make a proper big screen appearance, there's still hope. Number 5. Mayor Mitchell's son will become Robin in The Batman. Sticking with the DC universe, the recent release of The Batman brought with it a tidal wave of fan theories, and many of them, unsurprisingly, revolved around this universe's Robin, speculating how he could be brought into the fold. The most popular idea was that the unnamed son of Don Mitchell, the mayor who was murdered by the Riddler in the opening scene, could grow up to be Arbatz's boy wonder. For starters, he ticks that dead parent box that most superheroes have as a motive for their crime fighting. But the biggest bit of evidence here is that Bruce Wayne forms a silent bond with the boy throughout the film, indicating that one day he might want to take him under his wing. As fan theories go, it's actually quite sound, but director Matt Reeves recently spoiled the fun when he responded, no, when asked if the theory was accurate. He did say it was a cool idea though, and with The Batman 2 having been officially announced, Reeves could always steal this idea and use it in the sequel. Around the same time, Reeves also debunked another popular theory surrounding the film, that the Batsuit's chest symbol was made from the gun that killed Bruce's parents. God damn it, man, just leave us to our fantasies, will you? Number 4. Bruce Campbell was going to be cast as Mysterio in Spider-Man 4. There are many urban legends and what-ifs surrounding Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire's cancelled Spider-Man 4, with the film actually being in development for several years before Sony pulled the plug in January 2010. One of those what-ifs was the idea that Evil Dead star Bruce Campbell was going to play Mysterio, a theory that was fueled by a storyboard which appeared to show Campbell playing the iconic Spidey villain. The storyboard was drawn by Jeffrey Henderson, who worked on the film with Raimi until its cancellation. It's easy to see where the theory came from because Mysterio certainly looks like Campbell here. Campbell is also good friends with Raimi and even appeared in his first 3 Spidey movies as different characters. But according to the man himself, the theory is nothing but a wet dream. That's how he described it in a chat with Game Informer, adding, "This was bullshit. Somebody saw a storyboard that kinda looked like me as he turned around." Campbell is such a jokey guy that it's often difficult to tell when he's being genuine, but it does seem like he's being honest here. Number 3. Polka-Dot Man's reaction to Milton's death was a nod to Bill Finger in The Suicide Squad. Marvel, DC, it doesn't matter. If there's an incorrect fan theory out there, James Gunn will debunk it. Shortly after tanking that Steve Rogers Peter Quill theory, he was at it again, clarifying a moment in his DC debut, The Suicide Squad. This theory centered on breakout character Polka-Dot Man, offering an explanation for why he reacted so strongly to poor old Milton's death. If, like Harley Quinn, you're wondering who Milton is, then first of all, fair enough, because he doesn't have very much screen time. He's the civilian who assists Task Force X in its mission, mainly by driving them around in his truck. He later dies in Jotunheim, and Polka-Dot Man is the only one who seems bothered by this fact. According to the theory, this is because the name Milton is a nod to Milton Finger, more commonly known as Bill Finger, the man who co-created many DC characters including Batman, Joker, Catwoman, and yes, Polka-Dot Man. That's not the case though, as Gunn shot this theory down with a simple nope, going on to add that Polka-Dot Man was simply looking for a way to garner more sympathy for himself, and he didn't care for Milton much more than anyone else. Poor Milton. Not only is he gone, he's also clearly been forgotten. Number 2. Mirabel lost her magic when she wiped her hands on her dress in Encanto. Encanto has taken the world by storm over the last few months, becoming one of Disney's most culturally dominant animated flicks since the original Frozen. With millions of people around the world watching and rewatching the film then, it's to be expected that all sorts of minuscule details have caught the attention of fans. One such detail lies early in the film when we see the magical door fade away in front of young Mirabel and she fails to obtain her gift. Right before this happens, fans notice that Mirabel wipes her hands on her dress after touching the family's candle, spawning the theory that she actually wiped off her magic in this moment. However, like Gunn, co-director Jared Bush responded to this theory with a quick nope, stating that Mirabel's action was a character-specific mannerism rather than a plot-relevant detail. Number 1. Borat's look was inspired by Sacha Baron Cohen's father-in-law. Sacha Baron Cohen finds inspiration for his crazy characters in all sorts of different places, from real-life dictators to Radio 1 DJs. But somewhere he definitely didn't find inspiration was in the striking appearance of his father-in-law. That was the theory though, which began soon after Cohen's wife, Isla Fisher, posted an old picture of her Papa Fish on Instagram. Almost right away, the comments section was flooded with people pointing out that he bore a startling resemblance to her husband's most iconic movie character. The moustache, the hair, even the nose and the eyes, Mr. Fisher could easily pass for an older version of Borat. There was so much chatter about this that Fisher was asked about the photo in one of her next interviews, where she shot the theory down. She said, "In that photo, it does seem like it's a nod to that character, but no, he's just a very dapper gent expressing himself through a lot of facial hair." Regardless, the resemblance is definitely there. There must have been some interesting chats in the Cohen household when Sacha first unveiled his Borat look. And that concludes our list. If you can think of any others, then do let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe and tap that notification bell. Also, head over to Twitter and follow us there at WhatCulture. And I can be found across various social medias just by searching Ellie Littlechild. I've been Ellie with What Culture. I hope you have a magical day, and I'll see you real soon.